1. Tiger Woods' victory, overshadowed by naked streaker. During Tiger Woods' iconic 2000 Open Championship win at St. Andrews, a fully nude woman sprinted across the 18th green, stealing the spotlight in front of a packed crowd. The unexpected streaker turned Tiger's crowning moment into chaos. Security rushed in, but the damage was done. Tiger later called the bizarre interruption a shame. 2. Thong-wearing woman charges the green at Tiger Woods. During the 2013 President's Cup, things got even weirder. On the 18th hole, a woman named Kimberly Webster managed to sneak past security and ran directly toward Tiger Woods wearing, well, basically nothing but a thong. Cameras tried to look away, but fans couldn't believe it. She later admitted she wanted to be remembered among the top streakers of all time. Mission definitely accomplished. 3. Violent club attack on the greens, Canada. Golf is supposed to be the gentleman's sport, but this next moment flipped that on its head. At Burnaby Mountain Golf Course in Canada, a verbal dispute escalated into full-blown violence. A drunk golfer, completely out of control, raised his driver like a weapon and struck another player, hard. Then he hit 2 more people for good measure. Police were called, and the whole disturbing scene ended with the guy being restrained. The fact that it happened on a peaceful course made it all the more shocking. 4. Woman flashes golfers. Twice at rowdy tournament. The Waste Management Phoenix Open is already known for being one of the wildest stops on the PGA Tour, but in 2020, a fan took it to the next level. A woman in a neon shirt suddenly lifted her top and flashed the players, not once, but twice, during the 16th hole. Fans roared with laughter, while players tried to stay focused. Some were clearly rattled, but not Webb Simpson. He went on to birdie 2 of the final 3 holes and win in a playoff. Now that's what you call focus under pressure. 5. John Daly's beer can tee shot and epic chug. Leave it to John Daly to bring the party to the fairway. During a 2017 charity event, Daly walked up barefoot, with a cigarette dangling from his lips, and placed his ball on a full, unopened beer can. He crushed the shot down the fairway, no tee required, then casually picked up the can, cracked it open, and took a long swig. Fans went nuts. Daly may not follow traditional rules, but no one brings a crowd to life like he does. 6. John Daly throws fans' camera into a tree. Another Daly classic, this time less fun. During the Australian Open, after a disappointing shot, Daly snapped when a fan tried to take a close-up picture. Without hesitation, he grabbed the fan's camera and hurled it straight into a tree. Security didn't even have time to react. Daly later claimed the flash distracted him, but either way, it was one of those moments that had everyone talking, for all the wrong reasons. 7. Golfer strips down to underwear for pawn shot. During the 2017 Honda Classic, Sean Stefani's ball landed in the water. But instead of taking a drop, he made a bold decision. He stripped off his shirt, shoes, socks, and pants, walked into the water in just his underwear, and smacked the shot like a true warrior. Water splashed everywhere, fans went wild, and it instantly became one of the gutsiest and most bizarre recovery shots ever made on tour. 8. Seagull steals ball and drops it in the water. At the 1998 Players' Championship, Brad Fable's tee shot landed on the green, and that should have been the end of it. But then, a rogue seagull flew in, pecked at the ball, and after a few tries, actually lifted it into the air. It didn't get far. Mid-flight, the ball slipped from its beak and splashed into a nearby pond. The crowd couldn't stop laughing, and the moment became an instant classic in golf blooper reels. 9. Alligator casually interrupts play in New Orleans. Down in Louisiana during the Zurich Classic, nature decided to make a cameo. As Sam Stevens lined up his shot on the 17th hole, a massive alligator strolled across the fairway like he owned the place. Spectators froze, phones came out, and even the pros had to pause while the beast took his sweet time heading toward the water. It was a 7-minute delay, but one that fans won't forget anytime soon. 10. Sergio Garcia throws his shoe after bad shot. At just 19 years old, Sergio Garcia was already known for his fiery personality, and during the 1999 World Match Play, he let it fly. Literally. After a poor swing that left his ball in the trees, Sergio took off his shoe and launched it across the fairway, smashing it into an advertising board. Then, when his manager tossed it back to him, Sergio punted it again, nearly hitting the referee. The tantrum was legendary, even if his golf wasn't that day. 11. Bryson DeChambeau snaps driver mid-round. At the 2020 PGA Championship, Bryson DeChambeau was in peak science experiment mode, having bulked up massively to gain distance. But all that power came with a price. After a booming drive, he leaned on his club for balance, and the shaft snapped right in half. Fans were stunned. Luckily, he got a replacement, but the moment quickly went viral as another Bryson moment of mayhem. 12. Rory McIlroy's shot sends fan into a cactus. Rory McIlroy was playing at the WGC Accenture Match Play when a wayward shot veered into the crowd. One unlucky fan tried to dodge it and ended up falling straight into a cactus. His shirt was full of spines, and he looked like he'd just gone 12 rounds with a porcupine. Thankfully, staff helped him out, but it was a painful reminder to always stay alert around the ropes. 13. Golf brawl after sexist insult in South Africa. At a club in Durban, South Africa, what started as a dispute over who should tee off first turned ugly fast. One golfer made a sexist comment toward a female player, telling her to get back in the kitchen, and that's when fists flew. Punches were thrown, people were kicked, and the chaos was caught on camera. The club later issued a public apology and launched an investigation. It was the opposite of what golf stands for. 14. Drone challenge. Rory versus Gareth Bale. At the 2024 HSBC Championship in Abu Dhabi, Rory McIlroy and Gareth Bale teamed up for a fun challenge. Try to hit a flying drone out of the air with golf balls. Both players gave it a few tries, missing wildly at first, but eventually, Rory connected, and the drone came crashing down. It was the kind of light-hearted moment fans love to see from the game's biggest stars. 15. Squirrel steals the spotlight from Rory McIlroy. During the Travelers Championship, Rory McIlroy was lining up his first tee shot of the day when a squirrel decided it was his moment too. The furry intruder trotted across the tee box, sat down, and just stared at Rory. Even after being chased away once, it came right back, refusing to miss Rory's swing. Fans loved every second of it, and the clip blew up online. 16. DJ's mysterious disappearance and scandal. Dustin Johnson, 2014. In 2014, Dustin Johnson disappeared from the PGA Tour without warning. The official word was personal challenges, but behind the scenes, rumors swirled of failed drug tests, specifically for cocaine, and even an alleged affair with another player's wife. The PGA stayed silent, only fueling the gossip. DJ returned the next season, but his sudden vanishing act remains one of the most controversial mysteries in golf. 17. Dress code rebellion. Jason Day and Charlie Hull's fashion shock. Jason Day showed up at the 2025 AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am in something that looked more fit for a Netflix binge than a PGA Tour tee box, a full gray sweatsuit. Social media went into a frenzy. Traditionalists were horrified, calling it disrespectful, while others loved the relaxed vibe. Meanwhile, Charlie Hull was out there rocking bold, form-fitting Malbon outfits that challenged the conservative norms of women's golf fashion. Whether you loved it or hated it, these bold looks had one thing in common. They pushed golf's long-standing dress code right into the 21st century. 18. Vijay Singh versus PGA lawsuit over deer antler spray. Vijay Singh openly admitted to using deer antler spray, which, strangely enough, contained a banned growth hormone. Even though he didn't try to hide it, the PGA launched a 12-week investigation. Singh wasn't suspended, but the damage was done. He was labeled a cheater by headlines everywhere. In response, he sued the PGA Tour, saying they mishandled the entire situation. After 5 long years, the case quietly settled, but it raised serious questions about how fairly the PGA handles drug-related cases. 19. Tiger Woods heckled by activists mid-swing. It was the 2018 British Open, and Tiger Woods was making his final push. Silence swept the crowd as he set up for a crucial drive, and then someone yelled, "Free Palestine!" mid-backswing. Tiger flinched, visibly furious, and lost control of the shot. His composure was rattled, and so was the moment. Afterward, he called it what it was: a blatant hijack of the biggest stage in golf. A protest that not only ruined a shot, but may have cost him the tournament. 20. Pro golfer. Suspended for smoking weed. Robert Garrigus. Robert Garrigus didn't just admit to using marijuana during tournaments. He basically said the whole PGA Tour was doing it too. After receiving a 3-month suspension, he went public, criticizing the PGA for banning a substance that's legal in many states, while allowing dangerous painkillers like OxyContin. The bold move sparked a massive conversation about the tour's outdated drug policies, and whether weed really had any place on the banned list to begin with. 21st. Natalie Gulbis's body paint swimsuit shoot scandal. Natalie Gulbis stirred major controversy in 2005 when she posed in nothing but body paint for Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue. Fans either adored it or attacked it. But that wasn't even the first time she shook up golf's conservative image. The year before, her sexy calendar was banned from the US Women's Open. Gulbis didn't care. She was unapologetic, refusing to fit into the quiet and classy box that many in golf expected of her. 22. Bryson DeChambeau defends kid from ball thief. During the final round of a tournament, Bryson DeChambeau tossed a golf ball to a young boy in the crowd. Just before it reached him, an older man snatched it away. Without missing a beat, Bryson turned around and called the guy out in front of everyone. After a tense standoff, the man gave the ball back. The kid lit up with joy, the crowd cheered, and the video blew up online. It was one of those rare sports moments where everyone agreed. Bryson did the right thing. 23rd. Golfer's plane gets hijacked to Cuba. Back in 1968, LPGA star Barbara Romack and PGA pro Mason Rudolph were each on separate flights when things got very Cold War very fast. Both planes were hijacked and rerouted to Cuba, a surprisingly common occurrence at the time. Romack later joked that she got more press from the hijacking than any of her golf wins. Rudolph, on the other hand, struggled to convince Cuban officials that being a pro golfer was a real job. Imagine trying to explain PGA Tour earnings in Havana. 24. Matsuyama's club turns into a missile. At the 2025 Sony Open, Hideki Matsuyama launched into his drive when his hand slipped, and the club went flying, like literally airborne. It tore through the air straight toward the crowd, but luckily hit the boundary rope and lost steam. No one was hurt, and Matsuyama ran over to apologize. To his credit, he bounced right back and birdied the hole like nothing happened. But the clip of that club launching into orbit, it's still making the rounds online. 25. Gareth Bale's dog steals his golf ball. While playing in the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship, Gareth Bale hit a lovely chip onto the green, only to watch a random dog named Jock sprint in, snatch his ball, and run off like it had just won the tournament. The crowd erupted in laughter as Bale stood there, half laughing, half shocked. Jock's owner eventually retrieved the ball, but under the rules of golf, Bale was allowed to replace it and play on. No penalty for canine interference. 26. John Daly's beer can tee shot and chug, Myrtle Beach edition. Different day, same Daly. This time, at a charity event in Myrtle Beach, he teed his ball up on a full can of beer. One swing, beer explosion, and then a celebratory chug. No shoes. Cigarette in his mouth. Just pure John Daly energy. Some called it legendary, others called it disgraceful. But either way, it's Daly doing what Daly does best, breaking the rules with a smile. 27. Sergio Garcia's shoe throw meltdown. Again. Yes, another Sergio shoe saga. This one from the 1999 World Match Play Championship. After a botched shot, Sergio yanked off his shoe and launched it like a missile. His manager tried tossing it back, only for Sergio to kick it again, nearly hitting the ref. It was full chaos, with Garcia losing his cool in the most unforgettable way. 28. Charlie Hull lights a cigarette mid-round. At the Solheim Cup, Charlie Hull was deep into her practice round when she wandered over to the crowd, not to sign autographs, but to ask for a lighter. A fan handed one over, and Charlie casually lit up a cigarette right on the course. No apologies, no stress, just another reminder that she's going to play the game her way. 29th, Kangaroo Stampede interrupts Australian tournament. The fairway turned into a wildlife highway when a full-on mob of kangaroos stormed through the course at the Heritage Golf Club in Melbourne. Players stood aside as the furry stampede thundered past. One golfer even pulled out his phone and started filming, yelling, "It's a stampede!" like it was a safari. No one got hurt, but the whole scene looked straight out of a National Geographic episode. 30. Bryson DeChambeau versus the Fire Ant. In what might be the weirdest rule dispute in golf history, Bryson DeChambeau spotted a single fire ant near his ball and called in a rules official. His argument: that one ant counted as a dangerous animal condition, and he deserved relief. The official shut that down instantly, but not before fans online turned it into a meme storm. Bryson had to play it where it lay, and made double bogey. Ant 1, Bryson 0. Enjoyed the madness? Then make sure to subscribe and tap that notification bell so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping sports countdown.